So it would be difficult for me to talk about any creative project without talking a little bit about why I do what I do. My passion is definitely children, and that stems from my own childhood. My mom was diagnosed with diabetes when I was 5 years old, and she quickly became very sick. When I was 8 years old, she went blind. When I was 10 years old, her kidneys failed. Then when I was around 12, it was just in and out of the hospital, all complications that have to do with diabetes. And then the last thing she went in for was to get her leg amputated because of gangrene. And during this time, it was, of course, I was just a child, and I was anxiety ridden, and this was going on in my home. But from the outside looking in, maybe the people that I was dealing with, my teachers and different people that interacted with me, they didn't know. School was very difficult for me as a result, but there was one saving grace, and that was I was involved in kids choir. I went to a church in Manteca that my parents still attend, and I was involved with missionettes. And there was this creative outlet. It was this safe space for me to be creative. And I will never forget that. And that's why I do my best to hold space for children and create space for children to be creative. So that's why I'm very passionate about the story of An Artist Named Lucia, because ultimately I feel like it's a little bit of me. And there is no way that it would be difficult for your creativity to flourish if you're anxiety ridden, if you don't have that space to feel like I'm free to trust, I can express myself. And I'm proud that I do my best to offer that to the kids that I encounter in this community. So with An Artist Named Lucia, the ultimate takeaway, I hope, for the reader is that you are an artist as well. Sometimes we need a permission slip. I'm quoting Elizabeth Gilbert from Big Magic. Sometimes we're looking for this permission slip to be creative, like, yes, you are an artist. And I think that's why the last line is, actually I know that that's why the last line is, Lucia is an artist just like you or me, because you are an artist. So that's the takeaway for An Artist Named Lucia. For Arlette, spoiler alert, I am doing my best to create dialogue around the importance of fathers, and that could be a stepfather, that could be a grandfather, that could be a close uncle, that could be anyone in your life. And ultimately, they can bring stability, enough stability so that you feel that you can play. And there's a lot of data out there that supports this idea that dads initiate play, and I think that's an important topic to look at. Spending time with Dennis and Arlette is just a lot of fun. I think that every single character in my book is going to be based on the likeness of the child, but there is a lot of Danielle Rodriguez in these stories. So I think that's probably what resonated with me, is that this child who, from the outside looking in, could potentially be shut down, maybe wouldn't have a strong voice because, people could look at her circumstances and say, oh, she was, pulled from her family, or she's in this foreign place, or there's so many reasons that people can judge a situation. And this child is so proud of where she comes from, and she's so proud of her parents, and she's so proud of herself, and she's free to try things. She's a dancer. She tries out for different basketball teams, or different sports teams rather. And I think that I look at my own life and my own upbringing and the circumstances, and I'm so thankful to my biological mom and to my father and to my stepmom for building me up in such a way that I feel strong to share my voice. I feel strong to go out there and try new things. And I think that that's what resonates with me when I see Dennis and Arlette interact, is that she's free to be herself, and that comes from her parents empowering her and encouraging her to do so. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to just a little bit about me and why I do what I do. Please, if you haven't ordered An Artist Named Lucia on Amazon, go do it now and check out let's try this again. Thank you so much for following me in this creative process. You can go to Amazon.com and order An Artist Named Lucia now, and stay tuned for our Let Dares to Dream. We are going to continue to write these children's books, so stay connected. If you have any ideas or if you would like to get involved in any way with some of the creative projects that I have going on here, you can check out my website at www.danaelle.info. Thank you so much.